Hello guys, welcome to Nitin Career Academy. Today we discuss about why learn C programming, a beginner guide for aspiring coders unlocking the foundation of a modern software development. Today we see why the importance of the C programming language for the beginners as a software developer at the foundation level. One by one we cover the topic why the importance of the software developer to the learn C programming language. We go our next slide. The legacy of the C, the language that built a modern computing. Developed by Dennis Ritchie at the Bell Labs in the 1970s, C programming emerged as a powerful general-purpose language that revolutionized software development. Its design principle prioritize efficiency and control making is ideal for system programming. Basically the C programming language is developed for the system programming and to the efficiency and controls. And is a design the principle prioritized for the efficiency and control and for the system programming. So next, C quickly become the bedrock upon which much of the modern computing was built. Its influence is so profound that it serves as a foundation for many popular languages we use today, including C++, Java, Python, and JavaScript, establishing a lineage that continues to shape the digital landscape. So you know that the C language is the mother of all the programming language. So basically all the languages like C++, Python, Java, the concept depend on the C language. So the basically we call the C as a mother language because all the digital concept and the new concept in the programming languages in the foundations on the depend on the C programming. So C++, Java, Python, JavaScript establish a line edge that continue to shape the digital landscape. Our next slide is we see C. C is a unique strength. Why it is a still matters in a 2025. So we see hardware access. C provides direct access to hardware and memory allowing for high, optimized, and efficient programming. This capability is crucial for performance critical applications where every clock cycle counts. So you know that the C is a in a C programming language we can access a hardware very easily to the memory allowing for a high optimization. Next, high portability. Write up once, run anywhere truly applies to a C. Its high portability means that a code write in a C can be compiled and run across various platforms and architecture with a minimum if any modification. So you know that C is a very high portable programming language. Is a run anywhere means that a code write in a C can compile and run across various platforms. So next we see blazing fast. C minimal abstraction layer contribute to its exceptional execution speed. This makes it the ideal choice for a developing application where performance is a paramount, such as a system utilize a game engines and a real-time system. So you know that C minimum abstraction less contributes, so its exception execution is a speed fast. So blazing up fast application where perform is a paramount means the real-time systems and games and engines they have work very fastly and execution very speedily. So despite the emergence of a many high-level languages, C continues to hold critical position in a software development ecosystem due to this core strength. It's a foundational role and unparalleled performance characteristics ensure the continued relevance in a 2025 and beyond. So, why it's a matter in a 2025? Because the C language is a very basic and core language, and for the software development in an ecosystem, to have to learn a fundamental and core system. So you have to learn the C language is a very mandatory in 2025. So we go our next slide. Real world impact. So we see a real world impacts where C runs behind the scenes. Operating system. C is the backbone of a major operating system like Windows and the Linux kernel. It is used for system utilize, device drivers and core components that manage your computer resource. So basically, the C language is a backbone of the major operating system like Windows, Linux and kernel. Means basically the concept in the C language of the using in a Windows like Windows, kernel and Linux. Next, embedded systems. So what is an embedded system? You see, from your smart home devices to automotive framework and industrial robotics, C is a prevalent in an embedded system. Its efficiency and direct hardware access make it a perfect for resource constrained environment. Means you have to use automotive firmware and industrial robotics devices. This is also built in a C and this is a called via embedded systems. Next, game engines. High performance game engines like Unreal Engines and Unity leverages C and C++ for their core functionalities. This allows for complex graphics, rendering, physics, simulations, and fast gameplay. So you see in a gameplays the fast efficiency and the engine. So is also conceived in the C and C++. The omnipresence of the sea in these critical areas underscores its importance while often unseen by the end users. Sea robots and efficient nature ensure the smooth operations of countless technologies that power our digital world. So we go our next slide. Learn C, build a strong problem solving skill. So if you learn a C language, so how you build your problem solving skill? Learn C in a more than just acquiring a programming language. It is in a exercise in a rigorous logical thinking and careful planning. Unlike some high level languages that abstract away complexity, C demands precision and deep understanding how your code interact with the computer resources. This hand-on approach teaches a crucial skill like manual memory management and systematic debugging from the ground up. You learn to anticipate potential use and multi-culacial trace program execution, shaping your understanding of your computers truly operate internally. This foundation knowledge is individual for any experienced coder. Keep you have take for fundamental knowledge of C language. So you have to strong your problem solving and acquiring a programming language skill also. So we go on next slide. So the manual car analogy, why start with a C? So we see a manual car analogy, why start with the C? Think of learning C programming as a learning to drive a manual car before an automatic. While an automatic high level language might get you to your destination faster easily, understanding the manual C provides a far deeper insight into the mechanics of how to a vehicle operates. Mastering the C gives you have to unparalleled understanding of a core computing concepts like pointers, memory allocation, and system architecture. This deep-seated knowledge make the transition to high-level language much easier and more initiative as you already grasp the underlying principles that those languages abstract away. It's about building a robust mental model of the competition. So you understand the think of the learning a C programming or drive a manual car before in automatics. While in automatic high level language, you have to think. Next slide. Advantage of Indian beginners and job seekers. Growing demand. There is significant and a growing demand for C programming skills in India's IoT, embedded systems, and hardware sectors driven by innovation and manufacturing. MNC opportunities. Multinational companies with development centers in cities like Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Pune actively seek a professional proficient in C for critical roles. Abundant resource. A large and active community coupled with extensive online learning resources makes C high accessible for Indian beginners, providing Apple support for their coding journey. Means if you are a beginner, so most of the beginner coder and the developer refer to the learner C programming language for their learnings. Learning C opens up a diverse career pathway in India's dynamic tech industry, make it a valuable skill for expiring the coders. Means you have to learn a C language. You have to many ways of pathways you have to open in India for a coders to learn the new things. So we go on next slide. Overcome challenges. Okay, what a beginner should know. C is not a language for the faint of heart, but is a language that rewards those who preserves with unparalleled control and understanding. C acquires meticulous attention to a detail particularly concerning manual memory management and precise syntax. Errors can be subtle and debugging can be a challenging, demanding patience and a systematic approach. This rigor, however, cultivates excellent programming habits. Compared to a high level programming language, C offers fewer built in the libraries, meaning you have to often write a more code yourself to achieve a specific functionalities. While the might seems daunting, it's an excellent learning opportunity forcing a deeper understanding of algorithm and data structure. These challenges through initial step build a solid foundation for advanced programming concepts. The problem solving skill honed in a C are transferable and invaluable, making you a more capable and versatile developer in the long run. If you have to learn a C programming language, if you are a beginner and you learn a good C language, so you have to a very long run developer. Means you have to learn a C language, you have to never forget a concept of the programming language. So our next slide is how to get started with the C programming. You have to choose the right course, then practice consistently and engage with the communities. So you have to opt a beginner-friendly online courses that emphasize hands-on the project and a practical applications. Practical consistency, regular practice is a key. Dedicated time, deadline to write a debugger code. Start with a small program, gradually increase complexity. The more you code, the more confident and proficient you become. Engage with the communities. Join online forums, coding communities, and local meetups. This provides you a supportive environment to ask a question, share insight, and learn from experienced programmer. Real world insight are individuals for growth. Remember, consistency and active engagement are paramount in your learning journey. Embrace a challenge and opportunity to learn and refine your skills. Our next and last slide is your coding journey begins here. Embrace C, build your future. Learning a C is an investment in a timeless skill that underpins vast, vast areas of technologies. It equips you with a profound understanding of a computing principles from a system programming and embedded system to high performance computing and game development. Proficiency in a C opens door to diverse and rewarding career path. So you see now the why important C programming language in 2025. And if you like this video, like and subscribe and please share your friends for this valuable knowledge. And take care, bye, and all the best for the learning the C language and for your coding and developing journey.